Namaskar. In the earlier video, I discussed about geocentric concept of solar system, heliocentric concept of solar system, definition of gravitation and Newton's universal law of gravitation, evidences of gravitation, definition of gravity and acceleration due to gravity. Now, let me start to explain the remaining part of this chapter. Relation between acceleration due to gravity with its mass and radius, or same thing can be asked in the form of question, prove g is equal to gm upon r square. To prove this relation, let us consider a planet of mass m and radius r. Let an object of mass small m is situated on the surface of the earth, or on the surface of this planet. Then from Newton's universal law of gravitation, we can write F is equal to gmm by r square. This is the gravitational force between these two objects. The gravitational force between these two objects, this planet and this object is, we can write F is equal to gmm upon r square. And the weight of this object having mass m is W, which is also force of gravity. Therefore, W is equal to F is equal to m into g, because weight is the product of mass and acceleration due to gravity. Since these both forces are same, so we can write this relation in this form. Gmm by r square is equal to m into g, because these both are same. F and F, left hand side both are same, so right hand side this and this both should be equal. Therefore, from this, by this m and this m will cancel out, so we'll get g is equal to gm upon r square. This means that acceleration due to gravity is equal to the product of universal gravitational constant and mass of the planet divided by square of the distance between them. This relation shows that acceleration of freely falling object is independent of the mass of the falling object. And since this mass of the planet and gravitation, universal gravitational constant are constant, both are constant, so we can write by removing this constant, we can write, you will get this relation g is inversely proportional to r square. Means whenever radius is less, g will be more. Whenever radius will be more, g will be less. Variation of acceleration due to gravity. Here we are going to discuss how acceleration due to gravity varies at poles and equator. Let us take the Earth. This is the figure of the Earth. The Earth is not a perfect sphere. You know, Earth is not a perfect sphere. Earth is balls at equator. Earth is balls at equator. Here is balls and sunken near the pole. So radius at equator is more than the radius at pole. So we know that from earlier relation, g is inversely proportional to r square. Since radius at equator, re is greater than radius at pole, so we can write acceleration due to gravity at equator is less than acceleration due to gravity at pole. Hence, acceleration due to gravity is more at pole than at equator. Where is the acceleration due to gravity is more? Acceleration due to gravity is more at pole than at the equator. Here is the science I have already explained with you. Why weight of an object is more at poles than the equator? We know that weight is the product of mass and acceleration due to gravity. You also know that mass remains same everywhere. It does not change, but g varies. It varies from place to place. We know that acceleration due to gravity at pole is greater than the acceleration due to gravity at equator. So weight at pole will be greater than the weight at equator. What are the values, exact values of acceleration due to gravity at poles and equator? The exact value of acceleration due to gravity at poles are, at poles 9.83 meter per second square, at equator 9.78 meter per second square. Now, variation of acceleration due to gravity due to altitude. Whenever altitude increases, what happens to the acceleration due to gravity? We know that acceleration due to gravity at certain distance from the center. This suppose this is the planet, this is the at this point we are going to determine the value of acceleration due to gravity, which is written as g dash here, g dash, and here the value will be g. So at g dash, the value of acceleration due to gravity at certain distance d from the center is g dash is equal to gm by d square. We can write, since d is the sum of radius and height, we can write g dash is equal to gm by r plus h whole square. And at the surface, we can write g is equal to gm by r square. Dividing this equation, we will get g dash is equal to g times r square by r plus h whole square. This is the relation, very useful while calculating numerical problems. Now, why weight of an object is less on the top of the mountain than the bottom? The weight of an object is less on the top of the mountain than the bottom. Why? As we know that weight is the m into the product of mass and acceleration due to gravity, and we know that g dash is equal to g times r square by r plus s whole square. Since acceleration due to gravity is less on the top, when height increases, the value this value will come less. Whenever this value x increases, this value will come less. Whenever this value will come less, the product will become less, so weight will come less. Hence, actually, weight of an object is more at the bottom of the mountain than at the top. Now, acceleration due to gravity at the center of the earth. Acceleration due to gravity at certain depths from the surface of the earth is given by the relation g dash is equal to g times 1 minus d by r. Actually, you will not derive this formula in this level. You will derive in a higher level, but I have directly written this formula. And when at the center, if we started to dig a hole, and that hole, this is the d depth hole, and whenever d depth hole is made up to the center, then d and r will equal. Then whenever d and r will equal, g dash is equal to g times 1 minus d by d. We can write in place of d also, we can write d, and r also we can write d, and then you will get g dash is equal to 0. This means acceleration due to gravity at the center of the earth is 0. Now here is the graph I have presented here, variation of acceleration due to gravity. This is the in the x-axis we have we have taken the distance from the center of the earth, and here in the y-axis we have taken the acceleration due to gravity. If we start from the center of the earth and come out, then acceleration, whenever distance from the center of the earth increases, acceleration due to gravity also increases. The value becomes maximum at the surface, and the maximum value is 9.8. It is 9.8 meter per second square, and at the surface it will be r, the distance will be r. And whenever we start to go away from the surface of the earth, whenever altitude increases, the value of acceleration due to gravity again start to decrease. Means, where is the value of acceleration due to gravity is more? At the surface. Inside the surface also it will be less, outside the surface also it will be less, or means away from the surface of the earth also acceleration due to gravity is less. Therefore, acceleration due to gravity is less when we are in the plane, and acceleration due to gravity is also less inside the mines also. Differences between gravitation and gravity. While writing the differences, first of all, we have written the definition. Gravitation, the mutual force of attraction between any two objects in this universe is called gravitation. You know this. Gravity, force of attraction of the planet to any object nearby it towards the center of the planet is called gravity. Gravitation is universal. It is not universal. These are the two differences between gravitation and gravity. Differences between mass and weight. Mass, amount of matter contained in a body. Weight, force of gravity acting on a body. Mass remains same everywhere. Weight varies from place to place. It is scalar quantity. Weight is vector quantity. Here are some conceptual questions. Which iron ball reaches the ground faster if two iron balls of mass 1 kg and 5 kg are dropped from equal height? Most of the people think that 5 kg iron ball reaches the ground faster, but this is wrong. Please remember it, mind it. Both of the iron ball will reach at same time on the ground if there is no air resistance, because acceleration of freely falling object is independent of the mass of the falling object. Both will reach the ground together because if there is no air resistance, because acceleration of falling object is independent of the mass of the falling object. If a coin and feather are dropped from the same height towards the surface of the earth, which reaches the ground faster? The coin reaches the ground faster. Here, they will not reach together because the coin reaches the ground faster because there is more air resistance on the feather than the coin. So, coin reaches faster, feather reaches later. If a coin and feather are dropped from the same height towards the surface of the moon, which will reaches the faster? They both will reach the ground at the same time as there is no air resistance. Whenever there is no air resistance, feather and coin both reaches the ground together. If there is air resistance, they will not reach together, and coin reaches faster than the feather because there is more air resistance acting on the feather. Now, Robert Boyle's experiment or feather and coil experiment. In this experiment, a long and wide glass tube is taken in which coin and feather are inserted. First, air is taken out from the tube and the glass tube is inverted. Then it is observed that the coin reaches the another end. This is coming faster than the feather because there is air. In presence of air, due to air resistance, it goes faster, it comes later. But whenever air is taken out and the tube is inverted again, they both come together or they both reach the another end together because there is no air resistance, and if there is no air resistance, acceleration of the freely falling object is independent of the mass of the object if there is no air resistance. Now, conclusion. Robert Boyle's experiment concludes that acceleration of freely falling object independent to the mass of the falling object if there is no air resistance. Now, weightlessness. Weightlessness is the state of an object in which body feels no gravity. Weightlessness occurs in two cases. Weightlessness mainly occurs in two cases. Number one, when acceleration due to gravity is zero. When g is equal to 0, then weightlessness occurs. Or when acceleration of the object will be equal to acceleration due to gravity, then also weightlessness occurs. This is the free fall condition. This is what? Free fall condition. That's why weightlessness occurs in two regions, two places, or two conditions: when acceleration due to gravity becomes 0, or when acceleration due to gravity is equal to acceleration of the falling object. Now, free fall. Fall of an object due to influence of gravity alone without any air resistance is called free fall. The acceleration of object during free fall towards the center of the earth is 9.8 meter per second square. Now, differences between weightlessness and free fall. First of all, one difference you can write the definition. I have already explained above. And another difference is it is the weightlessness is the effect of free fall, but free fall is the cause of weightlessness. Some conceptual question. Is falling with parachute towards the surface of the earth is free fall? No, it is not free fall, as acceleration of the parachute is not equal to acceleration due to gravity. To become free fall, what should be there? Acceleration of the parachute should be equal to acceleration due to gravity. But because of the air resistance, they are not equal. They are not equal. So it is not free fall. At what condition acceleration of parachute is zero? When upthrust due to air is equal to weight of the parachute. Listen, when parachute falls down, there are two forces acting. One is gravity. Gravity or weight is acting downward, and another force is upthrust, which is acting upward. They are balancing each other. So parachute falls with uniform speed. In this condition, acceleration of the parachute becomes zero. Is falling with parachute on lunar surface is free fall? Yes. Falling with parachute on the lunar surface is free fall as there is no air resistance. Because of the absence of the air resistance, it is free fall. So there is the possibility of getting hot while falling with parachute on the lunar surface. But we do not get hot while we fall with parachute towards the surface of the Earth. Acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the Earth is 9.8 meter per second square. What does this mean? It means that rate of change in velocity of free falling object towards the center of the Earth is 9.8 meter per second square. You know the definition of acceleration. Acceleration means rate of change in velocity. So that definition should be linked up with these values. You will get the answer of such question. It means the rate of change in change of velocity of the freely falling object towards the center of the Earth is 9.8 meter per second square is the answer of this question. An astronaut feels weightlessness in spacecraft. Why? An astronaut feels weightlessness in his spacecraft because acceleration of the spacecraft is equal to acceleration due to gravity at that height. So astronaut feels weightlessness in a spacecraft. To understand this, first of all, suppose this is the planet and this is the orbit of the spacecraft. In the space, it is orbiting around the circular path. This is the direction of the spacecraft, and although the speed of the spacecraft is same, the direction of the spacecraft is different. So the value, the spacecraft is always accelerating downward with certain acceleration. The value of acceleration is equal to acceleration due to gravity at that height, g. Just so so is astronaut feels weightlessness inside the spacecraft. Numerical problem assistance. We have to carry out some numerical problems in this chapter on the basis of this formula. F is equal to gm1 m2 by t square, g is equal to gm by r square, g dash is equal to gm by r square, g dash is equal to gm by r plus h whole square, g dash is equal to g times r square by r plus h whole square, and w is equal to m into g. In all cases, you will be given you will be given all variables except one variable, and you have to calculate the remaining variable. But remember that while calculating, you must follow the SI system or MKS system of measurements. MKS means mass in meter, mass in kg, length is meter, and time in second. If you do not follow, you will get the wrong answer. Okay, this formula can be used to calculate the gravitational force between two objects, uh, or distance between two objects on the basis of given other variable. This formula is used to calculate acceleration due to gravity at different places, uh, and acceleration due to gravity on different planets also. And this formula sometimes we have to use combinedly, because first of all we have to calculate acceleration due to gravity, then only we have to calculate the weight of the object. And this formula, acceleration due to gravity at certain height from the center of the planet, and this formula acceleration due to gravity at certain height, but in this case mass of the planet and radius of the planet and height of the height from the center of the height from the surface of the planet will be given. And in this case, acceleration due to gravity on the surface will be given, and you have to calculate acceleration due to gravity at certain height, but mass of the planet will not be given, but rather this value will be given. Thank you.